Hey guys, so we have arrived here at Pawtuckaway, and as you can see, we got set up and camp is looking good. And it's been nice to be back in the trailer. I gotta tell you, I've definitely missed it. I don't know if you had an opportunity to watch our winter escapade series. If you haven't, you should check it out. Last summer you guys watched us go from the East Coast to pick up our trailer, and we made it as far as the Southwest before we got called back to work and had to get back into Skyways mode as opposed to Highways mode, which is fine. You know, we love what we do, which is great, but we were having such a great time. But we didn't make it all the way out to the West Coast at that time. And so we decided to take the month of February, and we rented a camper van and tooled around the West Coast, which was a lot of fun. But I gotta tell you, we missed our little hiker trailer for sure. We missed her a lot. But she's out of hibernation now. It's just a little, 3-day nearby camping trip just to get ourselves, as I said, reacquainted and set up all of the new modifications that we've decided to go with. We don't have them all yet, but we do have a few new things, a few new tricks up our sleeve that we want to implement. And what better place to test them out than here at Pawtuckaway, our fairly local campground. As you can see, the scenery is just beautiful. I'm just going to get a little dinner started here. If you've been following our channel, you know that I am not a fan of cooking in the dark. So I am going to try and get dinner going before it gets too dark and the mosquitoes start coming out. So I am making a little bit of Moroccan tagine. So I'll have some couscous, and I'm doing some cauliflower steaks, and I have some lion's mane mushroom here. Basically what I did, as I do usually, is clean out the fridge right before we left. Whatever ingredients I had available, I come up with something to go with that. So I have some king trumpet mushrooms here and some lion's mane, and we had some really nice looking cauliflower. So I went ahead, just to make it easier, I went ahead and marinated that, and I'll leave you guys the information on this, but it's basically just a baharat seasoning that I put together with some tamari, some smoked mushroom powder that I found at the farmer's market. Actually, I'll put the information on there because he's a wonderful young man, and he smokes his own mushroom powder, which is incredible. And then the farmer's market, I found some beautiful English peas, so I'm going to be using those. And let's see, what else? I have some massaged kale, I'm going to be using that. The couscous, and I have some favas, and then I have some microgreens. So this is just going to be thrown together really quick, and we're going to have a lovely meal, some slivered almonds and everything else, and then we'll sit and we'll talk about everything else as far as the mods that we've done with our trailer and all of that. So I'm going to continue to cook. Gary is going to get a nice little fire going, and then hopefully we're going to eat before it gets too dark. So I have my stock going here for my couscous. I don't know if you can see that. And couscous doesn't need to be boiled. It just needs to sit in some hot water. So I've got my couscous here. This is one of the things I changed. I don't know if you remember from last season, but I had these really tall containers that I had from IKEA, and they were tilted over. They were top heavy. These are nice and sturdy. They're not tilty. They're shorter. They stock pretty well, so we'll talk about those later. In the meantime, I'm going to put my couscous in. And I seasoned this water with some of my favorite new product, the GALLEY foods. This makes an incredible seasoning, but it also makes a really good broth. So I use that a lot on the road. It's fantastic. And then I have some mushroom broth that I brought from home. So I'm going to turn that off. And I'm just going to let it sit. And it's basically just going to steam in the hot water. And then I'm going to get my Tembo Tusk going and get my steaks on. Pawtuckaway State Park is in Nottingham, New Hampshire, and it's not too far from us, but it's a nice convenient location, really affordable, and this view, I mean, you can't beat the view. It's pretty beautiful. And the people who work here are really nice. There's lots of flora and fauna. And yeah, we enjoy coming here. We'll probably come here about once a year. It just happens to be perfect for the beginning of the season. So, just prepping my lion's mane. I don't like to do too much with this. It's really just a simple, easy mushroom. It doesn't need any prep, so I'm just going to shred these by hand. They don't need to be cut. As you can see, they just pull apart really nicely into their own little chunks. They make their own decisions where they want to come apart. I'm just going to saute these. When my Tembo Tusk comes up to temp, beautiful thing about the Tembo Tusk is it heats up pretty quick. So yeah, it's already smoking just that fast. So I'm just going to use a little bit of oil. And get my collie sticks going. So remember the trick about cooking on a Tembo Tusk. You have a center of heat, which as you cook with it, you can tell where that is because it's the darkest part of your Tembo Tusk. So you just want to make sure that that's the part that you're utilizing so that you can cook evenly. So mine is in this area here. And it depends on, you know, where your, what's the word I'm looking for, your burner underneath goes. And they're not always dead center. So just learn where that dead center part of your heat is. And you should be able to cook on this without burning, without scorching your food. Alright, so I'm just going to turn these, and you can see the side that's getting caramelized, so just turn them around that way. Slivered almonds. Adding my mushrooms, slivered almonds. To get some brown on these, and then I'll set them aside. Should be nice and quick. These are really fresh, so I want the water to leach out just a little bit before adding oil. Otherwise they get rubbery and they can get a little mushy. These are cooking pretty quick. So again, you can see where the hottest part of my grill is, my Skottle. I'm gonna move these over. They can roast slowly now. Move my mushrooms here. Loons on the lake, did you hear that? Loons. Aren't those beautiful? Oh wow.
She just dove in and picked got something out of the water.
Oh darn, we missed it.
Yep, totally missed it. Oh, it's right there. They're right there.
So I've got a little brown on my mushrooms. I'm going to add some oil now that they have leached out a little bit of their liquid. And I put my peas in. I should have put them in with this couscous. But I was talking, so I missed out on that. But I'm going to see if I can cook them in here. So I'm going to take my mushrooms, give them a couple more seconds here, and then I will add those to the side. My steaks are looking pretty good here. They're getting nice and caramelized. All that over there. Turn my steaks. Some kale and some free veggies from produce markets. They toss their carrot tops. And carrot tops are extremely nutritious. So you can get those for free. So that's what I did. So I'm just gonna start mixing everything together. I have my mushrooms, my peas, some bell pepper. These steaks are looking pretty good here. Turn those. Get some nice caramelization. And then I'm going to add my couscous. Some fresh orange. This is our Moroccan style couscous tagine with cauliflower steaks. I know, we should give it a try. It's looking pretty good. All right, let's taste this. That's good. You want to give this a try?
Yep.
What do you think?
That's really good. Yeah. That's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm just going to dish this up really quick. Put our couscous down. And we've got our cauli steak. Some orange segments. All right, so finished dish. What do you think? Looking pretty good, yeah? Not bad. We have some microgreens from Andy's Greens over at Portsmouth Farmers Market. We have a little tahini and date sauce. And we've got some nice orange segments here. Let's squeeze over. And it's done. It's looking pretty good. Woodpecker?
I know, that's what I was going to say. Look at all the critters out here.
That's what I love about it here. There's so many.
Yep. And tonight, the raccoons will be out.
It's good. I have to say, like, it's a very simple dish. It's really quick. You don't have to work too hard on the couscous. The cauliflower cooks up really, really tender. And I gotta tell you, the best part of the cauliflower is the stem. I mean, the stem, like, the stem just flakes. Like, I don't know, I guess you could say like whitefish. I mean, it's kind of wild. It's delicious. Look at that. That's cauliflower stem. Can you see it? I don't know if it's in focus. But let me tell you, that's delicious. Hiker Trailer Eats. I will try and make this an actual recipe for you guys and put it together, because you really must try this. You really have to try it because it's fantastic.